Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Simplify Podcast. My name is Scott Hilse. Now, this podcast is brought to you by myself. If you would like a free trial of Shopify, as well as a free Shopify course in which I will teach you how to build, launch, and advertise your very own e-commerce store completely for free. I literally have nothing to sell you, and that course used to be $500, and now I'm just giving it away. So go to simplifydropshipping.com to claim those offers and support this podcast by supporting yourself and starting your very first e-commerce store today. Now, on to the podcast. Like the 4K renderings of Times Square back in 1898.
No.
You should look that up sometime. They like have this old footage from the late 1800s of Times Square. It's like horse and buggy. And the creepy thing is it looks pretty much the same. Obviously without all the advertisements, but it looks exactly the same in the sense of the building structure. I just looked up the oldest building in New York City. What if you had to guess, what's the oldest one that's still standing?
Based off what you just said, probably like 1790, like 1780, like
1651.
That's pretty early, but also kind of late. Like London was probably popping at that time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, we're here now, so.
That's what I'm saying. The thing I like about New York is the culture. Like you can feel like there's a lot of character in these walls. Like there's so much diversity in the people, diversity in like the architecture. Like we can see two people fighting on the roof right there. Do you see that guy?
Yeah.
You see that?
He just did a backflip 180 kick to the face. That's crazy. I wish y'all could see that, man.
Well, we're here with Jordan Welch. Actually, your buddy just texted. Sean Kelly just messaged me right now.
Yeah, I told Sean that we should definitely potentially link up afterwards. He was like, "Yo, I want to meet Scott." So I was like, "Yeah, afterwards, come through to the vibe." So I love Sean. I've known him for actually a while now. Shout out to Sean.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like when you say you've known him before, have you met him in person?
Yeah, definitely. So the first time that I met Sean was at my event. I used to host events in Los Angeles. I did a couple of them, and he came
like houses, right?
Yeah. We went under the Ecom Accelerators one, and then Underground Earners, which was my favorite one. But Sean spoke at both of those events actually, and he showed mad love to me when I was just getting started. So yeah.
It's weird how like in our space, it's like you have at least like a lot of people, but like there's so many people you just haven't met yet. Like I've been talking to Sean for like 2 or 3 years, and I've never met the guy.
That's how it be sometimes, for real.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool. I've always had it like that in my life because, I used to play a lot of video games. So like it was normal to have friends on the internet too. Mm-hmm. Like, oh my bad. You can have your friends in real life, but then you can have real friends on the internet. Like it's like, and then you meet those people.
Right. This is like the first generation in history where that's even possible. And you're right. It did kind of start with like Xbox Live.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like back in the day. Do you still have any friends that you met on like Xbox Live like 10 years ago?
I do actually. Like, do we talk every day? No, but like people that I'm cool with for real. Like if they were to need something, like, all right, cool. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. One guy I used to play with every day. His name was Kendrick. So yeah.
Kendrick Lamar?
No, I wish.
Can you imagine?
I might have been out of the trenches by now with that one.
That's what's so crazy about like just the internet and YouTube and this internet culture in general. Because like if you can look back and you can see there's a video of Kendrick Lamar rapping in Compton.
Yeah.
When he was like 15 years old, and it was posted, I believe, in 2008. And like it's so weird to see that progression. Like we were talking about Iman Ganzi before we started. It's like you can see the progression. He's 23 now, but you can see when he started YouTube when he was like 16.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it once people have their sort of documentation of the come up. It's hard to do it in the moment, but like later on, you're like, whoa, okay.
Right.
I can see how far I came.
That's what Mr. Beast was talking about, like on a interview. He said like he hates when people like delete all their old photos and all their old videos because he's like, he likes seeing the progression. So you look at Mr. Beast's channel, it's like, talk about progression.
He literally got a video like, in 1 year, I'm going to have 1 million subscribers. Like, I got videos like that on my phone.
Did you start YouTube? Like, when did you start like doing YouTube videos in general?
I think the first YouTube video I ever uploaded was in like 2012, maybe.
Wow.
I had a channel called I had a channel called Jordan and Christian Show. It was like me and my boy Christian. Y'all probably could find that one. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I posted silly videos with him. I was trying to learn how to use Sony Vegas. So like I was already making videos without YouTube.
Right.
Like I just wanted to make videos. Like, so I was just making stuff. Like it was super stupid, but it was fun, and I was just making fun of it. And when I started taking it seriously, I was doing Sony Vegas tutorials for like hours a day, like how to fly, how to shoot fire out of your hands and stuff. And like I just thought it was really fun. So that's really was one of my first like loves of life. Like I just like to make videos, and it hasn't really changed, you know.
Yeah.
I sort of shied away from it for a while, but now it's like I'm back in that flow.
Did you use a cracked version of Sony Vegas?
Absolutely.
Yep,
You know how I
same.
got a credit card at 14, you know.
Same.
You got to do it. It's so easy, but I'm not telling y'all to do it unless you got to do it, then do it, you know.
Yeah, it's harder to crack things now. Like you can't really
Not really, bro.
crack Premiere.
Not that I've recently like done it.
Yeah.
But like but these days things are much more affordable. If you want to get Adobe, it used to be $1,000, hundreds and hundreds of dollars. You can get Creative Cloud Adobe for $20 a month,
And you
bro.
get Photoshop and all that.
You get every single app for like $20, bro. So times are different. You shouldn't pirate stuff now, you know.
Yeah. And it's way harder and way more trackable.
One time I got in trouble because this is bad. We're going in deep at. No, I'm just playing. I was living in a college dorm room, and I've always loved video games, and I just didn't want to drop the 60 on the new Devil May Cry video game, so I pirated it. And dude, the next week I got a letter from the college, like they were about to kick me out of the dorm because they found out.
What?
And from that day forward, I've never done it again.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I can relate to you on the Sony Vegas. I started using Sony Vegas Pro, I think, in 2000. No, I was using Windows Movie Maker.
Yeah.
In 2005 is when I started making like videos.
Yeah.
And then I started posting YouTube videos in 2008. And then I started using Sony Vegas in 2011 on the crack version.
Nice.
And it was so funny because in Sony Vegas, it wasn't like what do you edit with now?
Premiere. Yeah.
Okay, I use Final Cut. And
so does Teo. That's what my videographer, he uses Final Cut. It's a weird workflow.
I feel like on both of those, like when you delete something, it automatically clips back, to the previous clip.
Yeah.
Like I remember on Sony Vegas, I don't know if maybe it was because it was cracked or something, but like if you deleted something, you had to physically drag it next to the clip. So like a lot of my videos, there'd be like little like black splashes everywhere because it didn't like clip. It's like really interesting. But
and then they came out with snapping.
Snapping?
Yes.
Is that when it snaps back?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Yeah, I can relate to you on the cracked video game thing too. My brother, did you have to like hack the Xbox in order for the disc to work?
No, I'm a PC gamer, PC, I used to grow up though playing PlayStation first. I had a Game Boy first, and then I had a PlayStation 2 and then an Xbox 360. And then after that day forward, it's PlayStation all the way,
So how did
and PC.
How did your college know that you're downloading like illegal files?
That's a good question, bro. I think it's just probably a filter or something.
It must be.
Yeah, but that's the old me,
Right. A weird one was when I first lived in Koreatown, actually.
Yeah.
It was all of us in the studio Airbnb, and they eventually kicked us out because they said we were illegally streaming movies on popcorn time. It's like, how weird is that? Like the entire apartment complex is monitoring that shit apparently.
They probably get fined for it.
They must.
Popcorn time was lit though, bro. It was like better than Netflix.
Yeah, way better than Netflix. Bring that back.
But don't go get popcorn time. No, this is not that.
You might want to go get popcorn time. If you want to see some good movies, just if you own your home, if you own your Wi-Fi, no one monitors it, might be good.
That's what Scott said, not me.
So I know you started finding your initial or maybe I'm wrong, but your first financial success in dropshipping, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
What were you doing before that?
All kinds of stuff, really.
Yeah.
I mean, YouTube really was the first thing, and obviously that wasn't making no money.
Mm-hmm.
But the skill that I had learned of editing videos, I was able to sort of translate that into some money. I used to edit videos for video games like Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, trick shotting, and all that type of stuff. But that was the first money I ever made. And then between that time and the age of 18, I feel like I tried so many different businesses. Like sneaker reselling was a big one. I really tried to come up in that world. I was trying to become admin of these big groups and I tried. It didn't really work that well.
Did you run bots to try to scrape the websites?
I was more so buying from people that were selling them like locally in my city.
Yeah.
And then I would take those ones and I would put them with better photos and put them on eBay, put them on big Facebook groups that the local people didn't know about. So then I had created a local Facebook group that I was the admin of, and we were just blowing it up. And there was a lot of people in there posting shoes, and yeah, it was working, but I didn't understand business because I would take all the money from the shoe. Instead of taking profit, I'll put it all back in the shoes. And then I would just keep buying shoes again. And I would have the craziest shoes, but I was making no money.
Right.
And then like ultimately I liquidated the shoes and I was like, all right, let me do something big now that I have the group. And I tried to host an event. Well, no.
Like a shoe event?
Yeah, I hosted an event. You know, like we had tables for sale. So $75, you can get you a table and you can put your shoes on display. And I had the group.
Wow.
I knew people who wanted tables, so we actually were able to sell out all the tables with the exception of maybe one or two.
And where was this at?
It was in Fort Myers, Florida,
Nice.
at the Harborside Event Center. And in my town, Fort Myers, that's one of the largest convention centers. So, you know, I walked in there with my little 1,500 that I had from shoes, and I was like, I want to rent this place. I didn't have the cash, but that's where I was at. And he was like, okay, where your mom at and everything. And we got it set up and it was a success because a lot of people showed up. I had a DJ there. We gave away some What the Kobe's. Like we had we had a crazy event. But at the end of it, dog, when we counted, I thought I was going to get paid. Like I was like, yes, this is it. I found the thing. But when we broke all the bread down and then my business partner swooped in and he was like, yo, so I'm going to take this much of it off the top. Here's what you got left. I had less money, significantly less money than before. And the event was over, bro.
So you lost money during the event?
It's like I broke even, but my business partner, like to this day, I feel like he did me dirty because like we had a fat stack of money at the end and he took it and he like counted off like this much for him, like a crazy amount. And he just handed me mine back. And I was like, he's like, oh, that's because of the way we set it up from the beginning. And like, do. And he was older than me. And I was like 14, 15.
Oh, wow.
You know, and like, yeah, that's how I got started. And then I tried a couple other things, bro. I mean, we could keep going. I did like tech support. I was
tech support?
I was on Craigslist, bro, having like a job listing saying I could fix anything.
Yeah.
And
that was just the job listing.
Yeah,
I can fix anything.
TV, phone, gaming console, whatever. And you know, here's the sauce. Y'all want to make some money, you know? You go like this, right? They call you. They need help. You have them explain their problem as simple as possible, as clean as possible. And then you Google it. And you figure it out. And you watch videos and you study how to do it. And then you pull up and you fix it. And like, it's dangerous because you pull up to strangers' house. And I actually don't condone y'all to do that. But for me, it worked and I was making some money doing that. But ultimately, after all those things, I never had an income. I was making a little bit of money, but I never had an income. So dropshipping was the thing that started making me an income.
And what year was that?
Well, I sort of skipped a couple years ahead, but it was after I was in high school. I graduated high school and I didn't have an income. Yeah, people knew me as an entrepreneur. Yeah, you did this, whatever. But like, I'm broker than the kids that work at the grocery store, dog. They got Honda Accords and stuff. I don't have a car. So, yeah, I went to college and did that for a year. And I really tried my best. I was like, you know what? I'm here. Like, I'm just going to do it. I met some really cool friends and I got like, you know, I wanted to push myself because in high school I got bad grades. So when I was in college, I was like, whatever, let's just try it. And I killed it. I never got a B. And then when I was done, I was like, that was the biggest waste of time ever.
Yeah.
Because I was studying all the time. Mm-hmm. I was like, cool.
So you have your degree?
No, I only went for 1 year. Because after that first year, I was like, okay, I went hard on the important thing and it was a waste of time. And I felt like I made less progress in my life personally.
Yeah.
Because of my past. And I knew where my skill set was at. I was like, I got to figure something out this summer.
And which college was this?
Florida Gulf Coast University.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's in Fort Myers as well.
Is
it's the only college. Well, one of the only colleges that I got accepted to.
Why is that?
Because I didn't take it seriously. Which
like
I'm not condoning it, but yeah, I didn't study hard for the SAT. I didn't study hard for the ACT. I didn't apply and write crazy letters to colleges. Like, I sort of, in my mind, always had a dream of like doing something entrepreneurial. And, you know, college for me would have been an ultimate failure. But that's not saying for everybody college is an ultimate failure. But like, that was not the cards that were in my hand, if that makes any sense. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
Definitely. I feel like
Yeah.
you just got to ask yourself, are you going to college because your friends are going, or are you going to college because you're going for an actual career? And if you're going for an actual career,
Yeah.
do you need college for that actual career? You know, going to college for sales, maybe not. You know, going to college, I think they have you can go to college and like major in
That's what I was doing, bro.
Really? Yeah.
You know, like it was like I was like, wait, no, this is not the thing.
Yeah, because the teachers,
this is not making me better.
If the teachers were true entrepreneurs, why would they be teaching? You know?
Well, no, I will say I did have some cool teachers. Maybe it was just my school. Like one of our teachers, it was like a class, like a news reporting or like journalism. That's what it was, like journalism. And he was a news reporter. Like he actually went to the news in the morning and then he came to class.
That's
after.
badass.
He was one of my favorite teachers. But ultimately, I would say college actually helped me because it showed me a path that I was not trying to pursue. And I started taking the gym seriously when I was in college.
Yeah.
I met some friends that are still my boys to this day, some of my strongest friends. And I grew a lot in that year just because of how much I was working and like trying to be good, you know?
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you do so much, it's like even the things that you end up not needing or not wanting, it's just as beneficial because by doing it, you figure it out that that's not you.
Yeah.
But you can only figure it out if you're doing it, you know?
Yeah.
There's
definitely.
a lot of hypotheticals, I think, going in people's minds that causes them to be stagnant a lot. And it's just like, just do. Like, it's like, think less, do more. I feel like the majority of people spend so much time in their heads creating a scenario, and then they do it in their heads, and then they don't even try because, well, this scenario could lead to this, but they don't even find out because they don't even try, you know? So
it's true. And I think like it's good to try a bunch of things.
Yeah.
I think at a certain point it's no longer, but like I think as you're starting out, like especially in entrepreneurship, like to try a couple of things and see which one, you know, you like to do.
That's how you find yourself.
Yeah, like you probably not gonna get it on the first one.
Yeah.
I don't think. I've seen it happen. We see these sicko 15-year-olds that are just like blowing up crazy with TikTok and dropshipping and all these things. And I love seeing that. But, you know, don't like compare yourself to that. You know, I think a lot of people be on that.
Yeah, it's so rare.
Yeah.
Like even Mr. Beast said, like when he started doing YouTube videos, it was like he got extremely lucky. He found what he loved to do at such a young age.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Beast, you know, he got lucky, but like, okay, lucky to find it for sure.
Right,
but
yeah.
to make that happen, he like put in a disgusting amount of work and he still does.
Yeah.
I like Mr. Beast.
Can you imagine going back to like 2012 and being like, okay, I'm going all in on YouTube and being so far ahead of that curve?
He was so young to make that decision too.
Yeah.
You know, I did make that decision consciously a couple times, but I didn't stick with it.
Yeah.
Like when I was 13, I did it. When I was 17, I did it. Like those are 2 times where I was like, I'm going to be a Grand Theft Auto gaming YouTuber because I was getting views. I was like, this is lit. Nope, didn't work. Wasn't making money.
That's what's so crazy to look at back in hindsight. I remember I posted like a couple of vlogs in 2008 when I was 13 years old, like good vlogs that look like a modern day video. And this is before vlogging even happened. And it's just like, I remember people at my school like making fun of me for making YouTube videos and stuff like that. And it's just like so funny how the times have shifted.
It happens. Nowadays, it's a job that a lot of people want, but it's definitely not something that everybody should like try to do because some people like they think they want to do it because they see somebody that they love doing it, but it's not something for everybody, I think. But I think the fact that anybody can do it is awesome because you could really just post what you want to post and the world can get behind that. That's the most exciting part is that like there isn't like a replica or a format. It's like people are blowing up because they're posting what they come up with.
Yeah, that's the key, right? Yeah. Posting what you want. That's the most important thing because we talked about this before about how like, especially in the dropshipping niche, like you can get really boxed in, and anytime you try to go or any niche on YouTube, if you like you can get boxed in by your own audience, and it's just like. I remember you had a tweet about that before. I forget exactly what you said, but you're like...
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about. It was something about how, like, I can make my best video or something, and then if I make something about this topic, it does better. And for a while I felt like I too was sort of boxed in, but it's actually not true. And it's actually a limiting belief that you are putting on yourself.
Yeah.
You can create whatever you want to create. I think the only downside is that your core audience might have some pushback because that's what they came for. That's like you show up to a football game and they playing soccer, right? Like, but that's why I try to keep it still all relevant to what the bigger picture is, which is like educating just through experiences. Like, you know, let's go meet people. Let's go talk to people. Let me show you guys my business and how I built my business. Like, that's sort of the bigger picture. So it doesn't have to remain about one topic. Yeah. So many amazing people out there. There's so many amazing opportunities out there. So
educational entertainment.
Yeah. And I have 100-something videos about dropshipping, like 120.
Yeah.
Like a lot of videos about it. So like, sometimes I feel like, what else can I talk about? The only thing for me that I like doing with dropshipping on YouTube these days is, even though my store isn't a dropshipping store, I kind of put it in that category of YouTube videos talking about my business. And one day I would like to actually build another brand from the start on YouTube. Yeah. That would be a great thing to do, I think. And
yeah. Well, going back to what you said about the core audience, I feel like the core audience, that was like a struggle I had for a while. I was like, they only like me because of the dropshipping stuff. But then I realized one day, it's like, no, they like me for me. You know, that's just a big realization I had to come to. So a lot of it is like the stories we tell ourselves in our heads, you know, or it's like those 3 comments of hundreds of comments saying like, why are you posting this or whatever?
Yeah, no, it's like, you gotta just tone it out, because ultimately, as long as you finish the video and you watch the video and you're like, yeah, I felt like that was good and I enjoyed that, that's the thing. And I think your audience will like that too. But I'm no expert, you know. I'm sitting here learning every day, bro. Like, I'm obsessed with learning about, you know, creating content, telling stories, advertising, like these things. I study them religiously.
Yeah. So when and why did you make the decision from, because you were talking about how like at the beginning you're just making dropshipping videos.
Yeah.
When was it that you decided, you know what, like I'm going for what the videos I actually want to make, like beyond just this niche?
It wasn't like I'm doing it. You know, it was more so like a gradual thing. I think I started stepping outside of the even tinier box that I was in dropshipping, like a certain format of videos there. Sorry, we're going like super meta, guys. But like super deep dropshipping, like educational, like sitting with a freaking Word document. Like, but then I was like, no, let's go better production. Okay, no, maybe let's interview people. Okay, like expanding there. And then it got to a point where I was like, well, you know, probably around the time that I made a video about NFTs, it was like, no, I can tell you when it was. When I did a video of my boy Justin from Support Black Colleges. It's one of my favorite videos. Basically, I went out to his warehouse in Atlanta, and he owns this awesome clothing brand. Like, bro, their clothes are in 2K, like NBA 2K, the video game.
Yeah.
Like,
it's in 2K.
It's in, you could buy it in the store. It's lit, bro. But we did an interview, and we went to the warehouse, and it was really cool. That video got no views, and it like shattered my heart in the moment, because I was like, this is the best one. But it got no views. But I would say that was the time where I started really like experimenting. And then shout out to, I would say, Hilse, because I saw him a lot of times doing those like challenge type videos. And like, I thought those were so cool, and he was doing them better than anybody else. And I was like, let me try to do something like that. So I did a couple of those. And I feel like I've sort of found my own style with those now. But he definitely like opened my mind to like, that's a great way to make videos about business.
Yeah.
Watch me do the business. It's like the best way. It's like, people don't really like, if you really are smart and you have a lot of success, you could sit and talk and drop game, but it's much more entertaining for the viewer if they're like watching you like do the thing.
And just the general public, because that's what I was thinking. It's like to make videos that even if someone who wasn't even interested in dropshipping could still enjoy, you know, because like, if someone watched a dropshipping tutorial video on how to scale their Facebook ads with, you know, lookalike audiences, like someone who had no interest in e-commerce would not watch that. But like watching Hilse's video, just especially the way he edits and the memes and like everything and his personality, how much effort he puts on, I think anyone in the world would watch that. And so he's really set that trend for educational entertainment. And And I can tell the huge inspiration he gets from Mr. Beast for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, we all learning from each other, and like I think that's the best part. You know, I've been able to meet a lot of YouTubers, bro, like big YouTubers, like, you know, Mr. Beast and Eric, and like people, and every single one of these people that I've met, they're actually open to sharing everything that they do.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing. And like they'll look at maybe I'm an exception, but I don't think so, bro, because like, you know, I met Mr. Beast. He's like, let me see your YouTube channel.
When did you meet him?
At Vid Summit, like an event in LA.
Okay.
He hosted the event, so of course he was there. And bro, he was just walking the floor like a regular civilian, like, and everybody would come up to him and he talked to everybody, and like I respect that kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah. What did he say about your channel?
He was like, these thumbnails kind of suck, bro. But this one's pretty good. And then he handed me my phone back, and I was like, I'll take that. And you know what? Because I was like, I took that sort of style of thumbnail and I've used it many more times, and it's gotten many views.
Yeah.
So like that little tiny thing, you know, it helped.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mr. Beast, man.
That's crazy. Where do you see yourself like taking your YouTube channel from here? Do you feel like there's a certain direction that you want to take it?
You know, for me, I'm sort of like an in the moment type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to keep creating whatever comes to my mind with like freedom. Like I think for me to try to like explain it completely would sort of like once again sort of encapsulate.
Right.
But to give you like a broad idea would be, I love telling stories. My channel is mainly about telling my story through my entrepreneurial journey. But now I've been able to incorporate the awesome people in my life or the strangers into that, because they have awesome stories too, or funny stories, or like, you know, it works. So my next video is going to be at the NFT conference. You know, we're going to sort of break down what's going on with NFTs by actually talking to the people on the floor of the event that paid to go there, talking to the people that actually launched their own NFTs and made some money, trying to get the full spectrum.
Yeah.
My video after that is going to be interviewing my friend Steph. He has an OnlyFans agency.
Stephen Curry?
I wish. But Steph is cool as hell. And I think it's going to be an awesome video because it's a business that like people don't really know about. Like they know about it, but they don't really know how it like works.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder how the algorithm's going to take that one.
I think it'll go, bro. But who cares? The point that I'm trying to make is these are ideas that I want to make.
Yeah.
And I'm having fun with it. And my videographer that I work with, Teo, he has fun with it too. And it's like, it's a lot of work. A lot of work. Like I was telling you, like I spend like hours and hours and hours, even just doing the sound of the video and the captions, and like, but it's what I love to do. Like I'm sort of the happiest when I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I like other stuff too.
Right.
But like, that's one of my happiest things.
Isn't it amazing how time passes when you're editing? Like it just like, 7 hours just passed.
Yeah, it
it's
really
amazing.
Be like that. I get locked in. It's crazy. I have headphones and everything. But the best moment is when it's like you're almost done. You're putting the last pieces together, and then when it's done, it's like I'm ready to do the next one. Like, and I love that. You know, I actually do. It keeps me alive. It's like I'm excited to keep working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're talking about the NFT video you've just completed today, right?
Yeah, we filmed it the last couple of days. We're already almost done with it.
Yeah. Wait, you're almost done with the editing?
Yeah, Teo's good.
He's editing for you?
Well, we work together.
Gotcha.
I mean, I don't care. I'll share the workflow with you guys that are curious, but sort of like he edits sort of like I write the whole video. Mm-hmm. Like when it's stuff outside, we can't really like write it because you can't really tell how it's going to go. You're dealing with strangers and like different things happen today, but I have like an outline of like how I wish this video could go. And then we go shoot the video. And then we sort of try to take the footage and try to like work it into that story that we sort of created and build it up into this ultimate product that is fun to watch and like really what happened throughout the day, but in the most entertaining way. It's like we could just take all the clips and like edit them exactly in order, but it's like it's fun to put the video together, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the way you were talking about the audio. I've noticed in your videos, you're like, I remember the crypto one. It like start off, you're like, hey, we're here at and then boom, cuts to the drone shot, and then it's like still your audio explaining, and it's just like your videos every video is getting better and better with the editing for sure.
Thanks, man. I really watch like tutorials and shit.
Yeah, I bet it seems like it.
So I know you're talking once on, I think, Instagram, something about how like, and everyone else talks about one of the last things to outsource and the hardest thing to outsource is the editing. So it sounds like you're starting to like kind of loosen your grip on that a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's for the better because I'm not the best editor in the world. Mr. Beast is not editing his videos.
Yeah, none.
Ryan Trahan even is not editing his videos, but they have a big involvement in the whole process, especially with the writing and sort of the planning. For me, I think when I fully give it all up, I might lose the love for it. You know what I mean? Like, I would like to be involved in that part of it because I like being on camera, but I like the after part better, like editing and sound design, and like I just like that part, like in terms of enjoyment, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So tell me about your veganism. You've been vegan for 5 years.
Well, a little less than 5 years, but just about 5 years. That will be like November of this year.
What caused that switch?
Well, you know, growing up as a kid, my mom, she always took care of me and she made sure we always ate good, you know, every time. But the thing is, like, growing up, I just didn't eat a lot of vegetables. As a kid, I just had no like preference to them. Like, I would literally eat like chicken nuggets and stuff like every day. Like, my diet was like crazy, bro. You don't even understand. And my mom, she would make like pasta and all type of stuff. And like, don't get me wrong, like I said, I ate good, but never vegetables, bro. Like, never ever.
What about
ever.
fruit?
I would eat some fruits.
Yeah.
I like fruit though. But then, going into college in the later years, like, I started taking like the gym and everything really seriously. So I was eating like eggs and Chipotle, like chicken and beef bowls and pork and all type of shit. And my parents own a barbecue business. My mom and my stepdad, they own a barbecue business.
In Florida?
Yeah, in Fort Myers, Florida. It's called Dave's Bangin' Barbecue.
Ayo.
If y'all anywhere in the area, you got to check it out. They're famous. They got awards for that. It's great barbecue. But I used to eat it every day almost. When I come home from school, eat the ribs and all that stuff.
Damn.
It's good.
Yeah, that's dope.
It's amazing. But after a while, like, I sort of like ate a little less and a little less. And then my best friend at the time, we used to work out together every day. And he was like, yo, I'm about to stop eating meat. And I was like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, we come to Chipotle every day. Like, you always eat meat. He's like, no, I'm done. And I was like, why? And he used to just start putting me on game, like, to the things that he was learning about the process of creating some of these foods and some of the things that the actual animals have to go through to, be on your plate. And I started doing my own research, and it got to the point where, like, after I watched some of the movies and read some books and read some articles and watched some YouTube videos, I started looking at it just not the same, bro. Like, I still kept eating meat. I would go to Chipotle, get the chicken, but like, and then the chicken was like kind of like pink inside and stuff, bro. And I was just like, I think I'm gonna take a break, bro. And then I just have never ate meat again since then. And honestly, I've been able to stay in the gym consistently and keep up with most of the homies that eat meat every single day. I can run. Like, I like to run. I ride my bike every day. Like, so like for me, I've been able to continue my health and fitness journey and not eat meat.
Well, with your parents owning the barbecue, what did they think about you going to switch to be vegan?
Oh, I heard every joke in the book,
Yeah.
I heard every joke in the book. Don't worry about it, for sure. No, my mom, she's super supportive.
That's good.
And when I go home now, like, we cook like together, vegan stuff.
Yeah. Have you ever accidentally ate meat in the past 5 years?
Yeah, I have. It's like not that big of a deal. Like, I'm not like the guy that's like,
Yeah.
I'm just
Suing.
like, damn, that was kind of gross. Like, go wash. Like, it's just not. You gotta understand, bro. I just don't consume it. So, like,
Right.
Interesting.
Like, do you take like a bunch of supplements along with it? Because I that's the one thing I've heard about, like, the vegan diet is like you need to like take supplements to get like certain like calciums or whatever.
Well, it's like, you could just take like a multivitamin. A lot of the thing, I'm not an expert either, by the way, bro.
Right.
And I don't get like blood work done like every single month or anything crazy like that. Like, maybe I should, but I go off how I feel, and like most days I feel good, and I'm constantly working out and working on the videos. And like, the thing for me that I focus on, I don't take crazy supplements, by the way, to answer your question. The thing that I focus on is just
like a multivitamin.
yeah. And if I'm going to go eat somewhere, let's make sure it's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Check on it.
Biggest fear, but we're good.
No, anytime, bro. Don't worry about it. Like, you could check on it at any time.
Yeah, no, I just
Even if you want to like cut one and like hit a refresh or something or no.
Yeah, we're rocking and rolling.
Cool, man. Yeah, we got to check the cameras, guys. Listen, this ain't no crazy production. Scott turns it into a crazy production. This is a one-man crew right here.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I cannot wait to have like a
Yeah, you
solid
need the pot-
spot.
yeah.
Like, I need like when I'm in LA, have the room, have people come there.
Yeah.
This is getting old. Like,
Or just like a big old curtain like Impulsive got, because you could just hang it up everywhere.
yeah, like the multicolored color bars curtain
There
that I
you
got
go.
right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I told you what happened. My first step into New York, right? Like,
Yeah, you bust your
like 70 pounds worth of stuff because I do not do check bags no matter what. So I fit 2 cameras, 2 tripods, 2 mic mounts, 2 mics, all the video equipment, everything into a backpack. And that backpack toppled me over the second I got to New York. And then
Damn, bro.
that's when I was like, all right, I need to find a solid spot for this because this traveling podcast is no good.
Yeah, man. Hey, I'll give you a shout out though for sure, because I'm actually really happy to be on this podcast, bro. You got to understand, I have watched a lot of your podcasts. Like, you've had some of my friends who I respect the most on your show, and I've consumed the episodes in the entirety. I've even watched some of the personal episodes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Like which one?
Well, I like the LA Stories episode.
Yeah.
And no, I didn't watch it when you posted it the other day. I have been watched that. You got some stories, bro.
Yeah.
Working in the restaurant, doing Uber, all that shit.
Yeah.
It's cool to see it come up, man.
Yeah, when I posted it, it was weird. I was walking around. There's this place called the Del Mar Loop right where I live. And I was getting chronic goosebumps. Like, I've never felt anything like that. Like, my entire body from head to toe.
Listening to it?
Just getting goosebumps. Hearing myself 2 years ago talk about how much I love LA. It's like, I hate that I love LA, but man, that is a special place. Do you ever see yourself like moving back there? Because how long did you live there for?
Like 3 years?
3 years?
Well, 2.5.
Yeah?
Yeah, 2.5 years.
And it's just not for you?
Nah, bro. I mean, LA cool. Like, some of my dearest friends live in Los Angeles. And LA is beautiful, bro.
Amazing.
Beautiful. You ever go hiking?
Oh, yeah. That's the thing. It's just like name another major city that has all the opportunity and the people and the diversity, but also has the nature as well.
Yeah, dog. It's definitely there. Nah, I would say I could live in LA again for sure. Just nowhere near the city.
Yeah, man. Like the Koreatown part. Do you remember what
near the
streets
city.
like you were on?
I used to live on Vermont.
Vermont and
Wilshire.
what? Vermont. Okay, so you were right next to where I was
Vermont and
living.
Wilshire.
And what years were this?
2018 to 2020 at the end.
Okay, gotcha.
Middle
Gotcha.
during COVID. When you post that video, you got me scared, bro. When you was like, yo, guys, COVID's happening, guys. I'm out.
Oh my
I'm leaving.
God.
Bro, that was some like fear mongering, bro. I actually got nervous.
Let
when
me
you posted
explain
that
what
shit.
happened there. So at Hustler,
Uh-uh.
the guy who owns a bunch of weed stores in
Okay,
Vegas at Hustler.
I know who you're talking about.
So he was posting on his story tons of that fear mongering stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like posting these videos. He goes, look, military spotted at the entire border of California. They are sealing the borders. And so like, dude,
That was fake news, right?
that was all fake. It ended up all being fake. And I remember like, I was like going like 100 miles per hour in the I-8 driving out because I'm like, Trump's going to come on and announce he's sealing the borders. It was like so
No.
dumb.
Bro got clickbaited.
I did, and I kind of wish I would have just like waited and stepped back. Like if I could go back, I probably would have finished the lease and then left.
Yeah.
Because like there was no point in like leaving that early, especially with the insane rate that I was paying in rent out there.
Yeah, but you were sleeping there with like, wait, are you talking about in the house?
in the house, yeah.
Yeah, the house was sick. You know what's crazy? I've been to the house 4 times and never met you there.
Did you come when I was living there?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just gone each time.
Never met you, dude. I've been to the house.
Damn.
I mean, we met, of course, at the Yay, day, but yeah.
Yeah,
That house is awesome.
it was cool, but the internet was 4 megabytes a second. So that's what I was kind of figuring too with leaving.
That sucks.
Because you know why? We were sharing the internet with
It
the
was
neighbor.
super, super slow.
Like the router was between the houses, and so like each of us,
Y'all couldn't just pay to get the fucking
No.
fiber.
we tried. So like the thing with the Hollywood Hills is it's very monopolized
Yeah.
in terms of internet. So like there's one specific company that you can only get, and there's no competition, so they don't have to. There's no incentive for them to upgrade anything.
Damn.
And it was like $120 a month.
The Hills is a scam, dog.
It
Well, not
is.
all of them.
Yeah, not all
The
of them.
Hollywood one?
You go to the Bird Streets.
Yeah,
That's where it's at right there.
Or you go to Bel Air. You know, you just
Yeah,
go
Bel
crazy
Air,
out.
Bird Streets, North Beverly Hills, like that's
Malibu.
all great.
Nah, that's where I'm at. I'm going to the Palisades. You talking about hills?
Palisades. Is
You know, the
what's at.
wildfire is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I'll probably rent a crib there for a little while.
Mhm.
To own a crib in there with the fires. I used to go hiking every single weekend. I saw the aftermath of the fires and
Yep.
saw the side of a neighborhood and mountain
Yeah.
black.
Yeah.
Like those were houses,
Yeah.
like family photos and stuff.
Crazy.
You know, so I probably wouldn't buy a house up there, but I would rent a house there for a while.
I guess you would be pretty good if you had like a Malibu like house on the beach. You
Oh,
know?
yeah.
You're not getting burnt anytime soon.
Oh yeah,
But now the earthquake situation.
tectonic tsunami.
Oh man.
I'm not trying to go all dystopian, you know.
Yeah.
Kanye bought one, so he knows something.
Kanye bought a lot of houses.
That's true.
He bought
Again, he knows something.
He knows a lot. Like when he was posting on Instagram, they were saying it was like a bipolar rant or something. But he was saying some interesting things. You
He
know?
always is. You gotta learn how to read between the lines with Kanye. Yes,
Yeah.
he is a little crazy, but Kanye is one of the smartest entrepreneurs and creatives of all time.
Of all time. And it's wild to see like what's happened. Like, what do you think of this whole situation with Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian?
It's none of my business. I couldn't care less. Kanye, he gonna figure that shit out. I don't really, you know, like, of course I see it on Instagram and stuff like that, but I think Pete's all right.
I think it's the Illuminati.
I don't really like him coming in there and the way he's doing it and everything, and I don't really want to see them together. But like Pete himself, he's like kind of funny sometimes. But
I think it's screaming Illuminati. So how long have you been sober for? Because
I
you're
guess so.
completely sober, right?
Well, it's kind of a personal question because not really. No, sometimes I'll drink. I don't drink like a lot, but that's about it. Yeah.
Gotcha. Because I was just asking because you tweeted the other day, you're like, being sober is the real flex.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like to be able to do that is sort of tricky in today's society. You know, everybody got the vape.
Yeah.
You know,
Everyone's got the vape. Yeah.
everybody smokes. Like, you know, I have had a past with weed, and even now sometimes I do smoke, but not too much, man. I really try not to like make it like a consistent thing because I don't think it's a positive influence. I think some people can like thrive off of it, but at the end of the day, it's like not a good thing to be consuming every day, especially if you're broke. It's like
Right.
you're really bad for doing that. But yeah, man, I mean, like, I don't know. I sort of never talked about any of this stuff before. So it's like, I guess, a little interesting on a podcast. But yeah, I don't recommend.
Yeah, I agree. I think it messes with your dopamine. Obviously, I'm not sober or whatever, too.
Yeah.
You know, I took 5 Percocet before this interview even started.
For real?
No, I'm kidding.
I was like, goddamn, Scott.
I've never taken any pills before. But no, it's just like after going through 75 hard and just like being able to reset
you like changed your whole body up.
Yeah, so it's like I just noticed like you can reprogram your dopamine intake, and wherever that dopamine intake's coming from, if it's generally you're only getting it from that's what you're gonna do. So if it's your business, you're gonna be obsessed over your business. If it's working out, you're gonna be obsessed over working out. So it's just like if you try to do that, but then you're also vaping and then smoking weed or drinking alcohol a bunch, and you're getting insane spikes over here.
Yeah.
Why would your brain want to be obsessed with something where it's only getting like that natural boost when the synthetic boost is like way higher? That's why like I think heroin addicts, it's like impossible. It's just so hard to get off the heroin.
Yeah, because the dopamine peak is so high. I mean, yeah, you talk about that one, but like I know, and I'm not getting into it, but I know like real people in my life that have sort of gone off the deep end with that type of stuff. Young kids that make good money, and then they start like experimenting with stuff, and like it can go bad. So not recommended. But what I will say though is that I think you don't have to be like super hard on yourself if like, you know, you do these things sometimes, because at the end of the day, as long as you can get what you need to get done
right
at a high level consistently, it's okay if you want to have a drink sometime, you know, like it's not a problem, you know. I think other drugs you should probably steer away from that for the most part.
I think it's just being honest with yourself. You know, is it a problem or is it not? And if you're just honest with yourself.
But like some real stuff real quick, like growing up in certain communities, like especially like weed, like growing up in certain communities, you grow up and that's like a very normal thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it may be somebody in your family that does it. It may be somebody in your neighborhood that you see doing it all the time. It may be your sibling does it around you. Like, these are things that sort of happen, and it normalizes you to it. Most of the kids, almost every single kid from my hometown, they all smoke
Yeah.
all day.
Same.
And at one point I could say I was like that too, but I do not think it is the optimal way to live your life, you know?
No. And the justifications can be incredible. It's like, that's why it just goes back to be honest. Cause like you could be like, well, Snoop Dogg smokes 80 blunts a day and look how successful he is. But if like if you
not Snoop Dogg,
exactly, you got to look in the mirror. Like if you ever go on like Reddit r/leaves,
I've been on Leaves.
930,000 people are on there, which is ridiculous. And it's like, you look at that effect, it's like, these people aren't Snoop Dogg, but they're trying to be like, and it's like it just doesn't click. Everybody's so
Wait,
different.
is Leaves the one that's for it or against it?
Against it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I forget what the one's for it is. Oh, trees. It's trees and leaves.
Trees and Leaves. Yeah.
And then there's one in the middle where it's just about changing your relationship with weed. I forget what that. It's called like something. It's the name of the people from Lord of the Rings, the stick characters. Remember the big trees?
I never watched that movie.
You never seen Lord of the Rings?
No.
Damn. Why not?
I should watch it.
Yeah, it's like the best trilogy in history.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'd recommend it. Get the extended version too. Each one's like 3 hours and 40 minutes.
Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I have to watch that. I know like the characters, but
Yeah.
like Dobby.
Dobby is the.
That's from Harry Potter, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Wait a second. No, you're thinking of.
I ain't seen the movie. I gotta watch the movie.
Gollum is.
Cut that. No, I'm just
Gollum is Dobby, and Dobby is.
You
Gollum.
know how I'm talking about that? The little like.
Yeah, that's
Smeagol.
Yeah, Smeagol's.
Okay.
They look exactly the same.
I'm 1 for 2.
They look exactly the same, and they both have like ill intentions. No spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
Yeah. So where are you going after this? Are you going like back to Florida, or do you have like a next travel plan?
Going back to Miami to work on the next video, and then I am taking 2 weeks to go to New York again.
Damn.
But not the city. Upstate New York in a lake house. My dad's best friend, he owns the lake house, and I always go there every year with my dad. Been going there for 10 years, 15 years.
Yeah, that's
not 15, 10 years about.
That's
10 years
amazing.
About. Yeah.
Actually, that's what I just remember something back on what we were talking about with the drugs and alcohol, and how especially like when you get successful, it's very easy to fall into that.
Yeah.
When I was talking to Umar 2 days ago on this podcast, he was saying how like he was chasing money, and then like when he was like 24, he got that money, and then he was like so lost because he's like, now what do I do? And his point is he made an interesting point where he was like, I saw so many people reach that spot, and then that's when they turn to drugs and alcohol, and that's when they really go off the deep end.
Yeah.
He said for him, he just went through 6 months of depression of just facing himself and figuring out what he actually wants to do in life, and facing that uncomfortable feeling, and then being able to get out of that. So I think that's what happens a lot, where like people, when you chase something, when you chase just money, it's like when you get it, you realize your entire pursuit has led to the now what question, you know? And so I just think that's what we see a lot of the times happen, especially like when people in our area, because we both know a lot of people.
Yeah, I've seen that happen many times, even in my own life. I think nowadays it's like I think about that a little less,
right?
Because I'm actually finding something that I really like to do.
Yeah.
And I've been able to make money, but there were some times that I didn't necessarily love what I was doing.
Same.
So it was like, and that's okay. You actually don't always have to love it, I don't think. Like sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's challenging, sometimes you don't want to get to it. But overall, like most of the time, you should really enjoy it if that's the thing that you're going to continue to do. And also I stopped, and I'm not recommending this for everybody, this is what I did. I sort of stopped seeing stuff in such like a larger time horizon, and more so like, okay, how can I make like this month incredible? Like, how can I make the best thing that I can do today? Like, how can I make the best thing this week? Like, because I used to get so wrapped up in like, what's my 5-year plan? What's my 10-year plan? Like, you can't even always predict that, like it's actually kind of like egotistical to try to think that you could like exactly predict like this plan that's already been outlined for you to try to put together. It's like,
that's what he was saying. He never will ever look past 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years is the absolute max.
Of course, I'm not saying I'm blocked off to having a long-term vision. Of course, I got a long-term vision, but it's like
you'll knock yourself into that.
Yeah, of course not, because then that might not even be the way you were supposed to go.
Right.
And then you get there and you're like, damn, this is not it. So I just sort of like focus on the weeks and the months and the days, especially the days.
Yeah, they said like the biggest tragedy is finding out you got really good at something that you don't like to do.
Yeah, that's a bar.
Yeah, Ty
But-
Lopez said that of all people.
It's never a bad thing, you know. It's like now you're good at it, you know. You don't have to keep doing it, but if you ever wanted to, you could.
Yeah,
But it is a lot of time.
it's amazing. Like when you find something that you like to do so much that, like we were talking about just a bit ago, where you lose time doing it.
Yeah.
Like there's been so many times where like I'll be editing and I'll start editing at like 2 p.m. and then I'll get done at like 9 and it'll feel like maybe 2 hours passed by when really like I sat there for 7 hours. I remember when I was editing, it was like the second version of Simplified Dropshipping.
Yeah.
I remember I was so locked in because I was moving to LA after like I finished it.
Yeah.
I was so locked in. This is gonna sound so bad, but like
I know it.
I was like doing, I think it was like about 4 or 5 days in a row where I'd edit about 10 hours a day. But I remember this last day, it was the last day I was moving to LA the next day. So I had to grind it. I was just dumb. I just started pissing in a water bottle in my room, like a big gallon. And I was just dumping it out the window because like I didn't want to leave my room to go to the bathroom because I was just like obsessed with this editing. It was like, that's a little too far, but like, it's
impressive to say the least.
In general, that's usually a good indication of like, you're doing what like you really love to do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you are that into it, that is an amazing sign, you know? And I felt that way about multiple things over the years. Like when I first started dropshipping, that's the way I felt about it. Like, bro, I would not sleep. I would sit there and watch Sebastian Gomez and Franklin Hatchett and Adrian Morrison and Dan Da Silva and all these people. And I would be like, I'm trying to do that. Like, and I would just work on it every day. And then I would like put my phone next to my ear.
Yeah.
And like just in case, like I wanted to get a sale, and then I did start getting sales.
Yeah.
You know.
Isn't it a good feeling when you had to turn the notifications off for Shopify?
Yeah, you know, everybody always talks about that, but like, look, I got 2 different phones. I still keep it on one of my phones.
You still kept it on?
I mean, I'm not getting 100,000 orders a day, bro. It's not that crazy. It's nice to also check on the pulse of the business, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I keep it on. I don't really care that much. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not on the phone that I carry every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. And I feel like
it's like a cha-ching goes off in the back.
Right. that would have been the perfect time. And you know, the passion it evolves. Like same with me with dropshipping. I remember when I was seeing the girl at the time, but she would have like, you know, a 9 to 5 and I wouldn't. And I remember like during the days I would work on my YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Then I'd go see her when she got off at like 5 and then like she'd go to bed around 10 and then from like 10 till like 2, 3 a.m. I'd be working on dropshipping or like the ads and all of that.
Yeah.
And then like eventually, you know, the passion started swaying a little bit from that. And then that started swaying more towards YouTube when originally it was dropshipping. It's just like, you know, I think it's good. Like you're saying, it's like if you think too far ahead, then you lock yourself into that box when like we're meant to grow. Like, you know, Naval?
Yeah.
He said like...
He got the keys for real.
Yeah, he says specialization is for insects. You know, we're meant to try everything. We're meant to do everything, and that's how you find it.
I think he's smart on that one. But also, like, the greatest people do, and eventually.
Eventually, yeah, exactly.
But even when you look at a Kobe or a MJ, yeah, they specialize in being the player, but then they go on and specialize into being the coach or specialize into being the...
shoes and all that.
Yeah, you can't play that. You can't do the same thing. It's like some jobs you can. Yeah. But it's a good tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because... feel like, especially in the business world, like I get the vibe, like sometimes even just hobbies in general are kind of looked down upon because people are so obsessed with money.
Yeah, dog. Everybody got the 6 a.m. morning routine video, and then you got to put your skincare, and then you got to like play your guitar for an hour and meditate and like go for a run. And like, bro, if you're doing that, you are living peak life. Like you are actually like doing amazing. But if you're like not doing that, it's not the end of the world. Like I think you can also do great too. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's like no hobbies, grind set, Sigma all the way. Like it's good to have some hobbies.
Yeah.
Sometimes, unless they're super toxic, then probably skip that hobby.
Yeah.
Hey Scott, let's flip it. I got a question for you.
Okay.
So like, what's your like business setup? Like what's like the Scott Hilse LLC? Like how does it work? Like how are you bringing in the dough these days?
So these days I have a partnership with Shopify. And that's doing really well.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm one of the top Shopify affiliates in the world.
Nice.
If I had to guess, I'm probably in the top 10. I'm trying to like have them set up like a leaderboard so I can see like where I'm at.
You definitely got me beat. I mean, I love Shopify. They taking care of your boy, but I see you doing good with that offer.
Yeah, they offer me like the Commerce Coach stuff, so like
Yeah.
that's cool, and like it's gonna be really interesting because like they are very open to creative like collaborations and stuff. I talked to them how like I may do an event at Shopify here in New York and then Shopify in LA, and then ideally I would love for them to like integrate with this 50 states idea where I go to 50 states and do 50 seminars and have the Shopify basically kind of like sponsor it along the way and just do stuff like that. So like that relationship with them is mainly what I've been working on right now.
So you like speaking? Like that's like your thing? Like you like doing events?
I love it. I love having meetups. Like that meetup I did in Los Angeles in 2019 like changed my life because I'd never done anything like that before. And when like 60 people showed up at the mall and they kicked us out of the mall, like that was one of the coolest feelings I've ever felt in my entire life.
I would love to have a meetup, but like I don't know if people would go.
People definitely would go. I guarantee it.
Let me know in the comments if y'all would go to a meetup. Maybe
they would for sure show up because even on that day, I remember it was the biggest rainstorm LA had seen in 4 years.
Damn,
and like
rain in LA.
Yeah, exactly. And like,
I know that day, bro. I seen the vlog. I seen Mikey Cast there. I know
exactly.
Yeah, I know the day, bro.
And I was like, even in the vlog, I'm like, man, I don't know if anyone's gonna show up because like we're supposed to have it in Santa Monica, and like now it's
you met the
in
guy
the
at the end at Venice Beach.
Which guy?
Remember there was like some story about some guy that you ran into. He's like, oh, that's Scott Hills at the beach meetup.
Oh well, that was the second meetup.
Okay, see,
this was the mall one.
Okay,
because I did end up having a second meetup at Santa Monica, but I was like so worried because like again I'd never done it before. I was worried no one would show up, and then way more people showed up than I thought. And what I said was like, it's amazing. It's one thing to like make videos and see numbers on a screen of how many views I'm getting, comments, but to see like real people talk about me. Like I remember at the Shopify New York thing, some guy came up and he was like, "Are you Scott?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he was talking to me and he's like, "Didn't you have a problem with your front desk lady when she was like harassing you to buy her stuff and all this stuff?" And it's like so weird when people know like those things that you kind of forget you even mentioned in videos.
I know, right? Well, New York, like I get love. Like I meet people everywhere I go now, and that's really cool to me. But in New York, we got a lot of love this time, and it's cool because people come up and they like know about the last video,
right?
And like they just ask me about it, like how'd that go? What happened there? Like it's nice to meet the people. You know, right. I love my people. We really got like a family on YouTube now, and that's really one of the best parts for me is being able to continue to create and help us all grow together.
Yeah. It's like way different meeting someone in person than like a comment.
Yeah, definitely. But I read a lot of the DMs. I read a lot of comments. You know, it's hard to respond to all of them, but you know, I definitely check all the time.
Yeah.
If you lose touch with the people, you lost the game.
100%. And I see so many people like I cannot stand when I see someone who starts getting big on YouTube and then they start acting like they're better than someone else. I always say, when you start thinking or acting you're better than someone else, it actually makes you less than someone else because we're all equal until you think it's like funny because like you think nope, like just because like obviously it, and then it gets difficult when you talk about like child molesters and murderers. It's like where do you really categorize? Like are we better than them? I don't really know.
On like one extreme and one other extreme. Like you know we operate in this middle of the world, you know. So like I know exactly what you're saying about the ego thing, like. Yeah. It's real. That's sort of when you start to lose. Like I'm asking questions from everybody, like all the time, everywhere I go. I'm trying to learn from everybody because it's like a team thing. Not only that, but I give a lot. Anybody of my friends that ask me for stuff, like and need connection with somebody, need a resource, want to do the videos. Sometimes I don't always do.
Yeah.
But for most everything, like that's how I am. And even videos, I've done a lot of stuff. None of my videos have ever, I've done brand deals, but like anytime so far that I've shouted stuff out, it's almost always organic.
Yeah.
And I don't always get paid for it just because I'm supporting my friends' stuff.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
When you first started dropshipping, did you have like your friends start too around you?
Oh yeah. You know, one of my best friends, Chandler, he started a store and he was able to get his first sale. Ultimately, he decided it was not for him. And now he's running his own business. So he's doing something totally different, but it was kind of cool to see that. And bunch of my friends, bro, we could sit there and let it roll. But the thing is, again, it made me realize something important that, yes, this business model works for me, but it's not necessarily for everybody. You know, going into it, I had experience with web design and I had experience with video editing. And you can actually develop those skills The training is out there. I have created plenty of training. There's all the training is out there. But bro, some people just like aren't really wired when it comes to the computers and advertising and like social media, and like it's unfortunate, but some people just don't connect the dots.
Yeah.
But you're in control if you're one of those people or not.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like it's not like a forever thing.
Mm-hmm.
But some people just don't. They just don't do it.
What's strange is I've noticed that some people will use that as an excuse not to do something. Well, they're like, well, none of my friends are doing it. It's just like, you cannot, like, that's one thing that no matter what, you can't think that way. Like if you can't do something because, like, I remember a lot of people, well, a lot of girls I knew in like college, they like couldn't go out to the food halls unless they were with somebody, you know, because they're like, I don't want to go, you know, and sit. I don't want to be seen alone eating. It's just like, you can eat by yourself, you can edit by yourself, you can start a business by yourself. It's like you cannot allow the lack of the people around you doing it, because no one I knew was doing drop shipping. The first time I met anyone who did drop shipping was when I did that meetup in Los Angeles. Yeah,
man. I mean, it was sort of the same for me too. But my best friend, his name is Shay. We were very, very close at the time. We sort of distanced from now, but we were like on the same type of stuff, bro. We was making films together. Like I was really in the film festivals in high school. Amazing. I would enter all of them as I could, like locally, and we were taking some W's too. But Shay was my guy that I was working on stuff with, and he's the guy I started the first dropshipping store with, actually.
Yeah, is he still dropshipping?
No, he again, to further prove my point, and I almost hate putting it out there because some people are gonna watch this and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, he's right. That's me. So much for that, you know. But it wasn't. He didn't really want to do it. Yeah. We were making money, bro. He was just kind of like, I don't know. I'm just, you know. Yeah. So, and at that time, we were still figuring it out. So there was a lot of problems. Like I didn't understand how to manage supply chain out of China. Mm-hmm. Come on now. Like I'm 18 years old, 19 years old. I'm just figuring this out. So we dealt with the traditional problems that all dropshipping stores face in the beginning. You know, we had some upset customers and slower shipping times. And ultimately, these things made me into a better business owner today. Mm-hmm. And now my business doesn't run like that.
Right. Let me ask you this question. Like, if money was not a problem, say like somehow you brought in like a couple $100 million out of nowhere. Yeah. Where do you think you would take your life? Like, what pursuit would you go after when there was absolutely no worry for money ever again?
Oh, I would just double down on like making videos.
Now, when you say making videos, do you think you would go into like film, or would you stay on YouTube?
No, I would just like continue making better videos, sort of like I already do now. I don't think we would start like overproducing them or anything, but I would definitely be using my money to try to like get in the door to like get like real like A-list people and artists and all different types of people, which I think can actually happen one day, whether I got a couple $100 million or not. But yeah, I think it would be on a creative tip. And honestly, if it was a couple $100 million, I don't know if I would do every video on YouTube. Maybe I would like make movies and stuff too, like put money up to invest in films and like, yeah, I love the creative pursuit.
That's awesome. Like you're doing exactly what you would do whether you had.
But also, I'm quick to say that. But I'm also a businessman, bro. Like if I didn't have my businesses, I wouldn't be as happy as I am right now. Mm-hmm. Like, and nor would I be as confidently creating content as I am right now.
And what are your businesses?
Well, Viral Vault, my software, which is sort of like an all-in-one toolkit for somebody that want to start their own online store. So we provide them with products, provide them with advertising, we provide them with descriptions and copy they can use along with a bunch of data on the product. So it's sort of a starting point for somebody. And we actually have been able to do many success stories for our people. I got a bunch of them on my Instagram and hundreds more on my phone that I've never posted. So it's my favorite project. And then I also have Sleep Band. Which is my e-commerce brand. This is a company that I haven't been working on as much lately, to be honest with you. But over the last 2 years, we've sold $2 million worth of sleep bands.
Wow. When you posted that video, did you notice that were there a lot of copycats?
There have been copycats, Scott, forever.
But was there an influx of copycats after you posted that reveal video?
I don't really pay attention that much. I got a girl, she sends out reports and stuff like that. According to her, not really. It's not like she freaked out or anything, you know, like they been copying the store for a long time. Yeah. It's just what it is. So that's why I was like, I'm just gonna post it. So actually, no, I don't think anything too bad came from it. And I got to share something called The Reveal. Yeah. And it's like some of my favorite content I posted. And it's like nobody, you know the game, bro. Like people don't really share their brands like that. No. And for me, that was like something I was really excited to do. Yeah. So yeah. We got sales too.
Yeah. I've noticed every time I've revealed my products on YouTube, it's like immediately, boom. It's like video after video after video after video. It's just coming at me.
Yeah, I guess I just don't pay that much attention to it because we've been having copycats. Mm-hmm. Look at Gel Blaster, bro. Am I comparing my brand to Gel Blaster? No, but they got 100,000 copycats.
Oh, really?
You didn't know?
No, I didn't. I haven't seen it.
Oh, dude. Everywhere. Copycats for Gel Blaster. All type of knockoffs and stuff from AliExpress and all these things. But they just focus on having the best product and the best experience. Yeah. And ultimately, if you can maintain that, you can continue to grow your brand even when people come to copy you. Mm-hmm. It's like the difference between going to a nice restaurant or like McDonald's, you know? Mm-hmm. It's like McDonald's sometimes hits. A lot of people like it. But you know what I'm saying, right? It's like a different quality. You know what to expect.
Speaking of quality, do you like ramen? Or can you have ramen?
Yeah. No, I've had many good ramens, bro. I love ramen, yeah.
They have a ramen that we just went to from here. It's called Ichiran, I think.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, dude. Like every time we walked by, there was probably maybe like 50 people outside in line. And then we just happened to go today within 10 minutes opening, and there was probably like 20 people ahead of us. Nice. And we had it. And it's, dude, there's 10 locations in the world, and not 7 are in Japan, 2 are in Hong Kong, and then this one just opened 2 years ago. Talk about quality, dude. Yeah. Oh my God.
There's a difference, man. I got to check it out.
Yeah, New York City has so much quality food.
Yeah. I really haven't been eating too much like the last couple of days. Like I have, but like, you know, I come to New York and like the first day I get here, I got to film my video. I woke up at 4:30 in the morning, pulled up the same day. And then I get like a little cold coming out here, you know? So like my vibe's been a little off. Like we ain't been doing dinners and stuff like last time, but still got the job done.
Yeah. What's your usual go-to like when you don't really have too much selection?
For me, I always will try to look at the menu actually like before we go somewhere and just make sure like I could get some stuff. But I like, you know, if there's nothing else, sometimes you just get like a rice bowl or something like rice with some type of protein, plant-based protein, like beans, some mixed veggies, like I don't know, bro. I like smoothies. I drink smoothies in the mornings most of the time. I'm like a big smoothie guy and acai bowl kind of guy. And I eat all kinds of food, bro. It's not even a default. Like I really don't have a default. I eat a lot of food.
Yeah, I was seeing this girl as a vegan once. All she ever got was like potato fries.
Nah, bro. Fries is good, but like
sweet potato fries. I mean.
Yeah, I love sweet potato fries a lot. I make them at home too. But yeah, it's like I change up food. I love food. Like people think vegan, they think boring, but like, bro, so much good vegan food out there. You guys don't even have any clue. Like, gotta be open to that. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, you need to try it. Yeah. I need to try it.
Yeah.
Have I told you I've never had fruit before?
That's so weird, bro.
Yeah.
Why?
I hate the banana.
But there's way more.
I know, but I'm very prejudiced towards the whole family.
Bro, Scott, that's the biggest L I ever heard in my life.
Well, I have had the grape before, and I've had
the grape.
I've had a slice of apple and a slice of tangerine.
Well, then you can't say you never had fruit, bro. You had fruit before.
Well, those are the only 3. Like I'll eat grapes, but like I was kind of, it was like the person who was offering me the slice of apple and slice of tangerine in the summer of 2019 was more of the effect. That's the only time I've ever had anything though. So I never had a smoothie.
Interesting.
Kind of anti-smoothie.
Fair enough. You were like a carnivore?
I did do the carnivore diet, and that was pretty wild.
How you felt on that one?
It was unbelievable. Like I dropped 10 pounds in the first 10 days of just fat. And then what was weird was it went from like I would usually eat like say like a teriyaki bowl or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I just want to sit there and let it digest for like 30 minutes. But like when I was doing the carnivore, it's like I cook up a steak and it was better than like drinking a Red Bull. Like it just fueled me up.
Yeah.
And it felt like I wanted to go hunt. I wanted to go hunt something. So I was tapping into like our deep ancestry, like DNA.
Bro's at the gun store, like.
Yeah. No, I was at the bow and arrow store.
Hey, look, you know, I have a couple friends that do the carnivore diet, and they're in great shape, and you know, everybody got their thing, you know.
Yeah.
And Do you still do that or no?
No, but when I'm going to, Jared Getz, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to his wedding in a week and a half, and it's in Costa Rica.
Nice.
So when I get back tomorrow, it's straight to the carnivore diet for the next week because I'm going to drop another 10 pounds for that because
there you go.
I got to get those photos.
How's that fitness journey been?
It's been great, but when I went to Colorado, so basically I did the 75 hard, and then to celebrate, I went to Colorado, and in 5 days I put on 20 pounds in 5 days, and then I dropped.
Not the good weight.
Not the good weight.
Okay.
Like I remember, right when I finished 75 hard, I went and I think I got. Just went Buffalo Wild Wings. I got 10 wings, 3 street tacos, the steak nachos, a bunch of candy. I went to the ice cream store.
Goddamn, Scott.
I had like 2 sodas. Oh, I had the Pepsi draft soda too with the 75 grams of sugar in it.
Bro, forget the dropshipping videos, bro. You gotta do the eating challenge.
Oh no, I would turn into Nikado Avocado, whoever that one guy is.
Matt Stoney, Scott Stoney.
Yeah.
No, that's impressive but scary.
What was scary was like I didn't digest anything for like 2 days, and I just kept eating. Even when it hurt, I would just keep eating.
This was like a stress thing.
I think it was more of my body was not used to any type of dopamine even close to that. So it was like I was also like 75 days. Like let me just make it clear. I did not have one cheat meal for 75
finished.
days.
This was after you finished 75.
Yeah.
Hard.
So like,
the
closest I came to a cheat meal was like I ate like a half a pretzel once because I thought I needed a carbo load, but I was like, that's just an excuse. But yeah, not one cheat anything for
75 days is a long time.
Yeah, and I was just fantasizing about what I can have when it ended, and I had everything and more that I could possibly have.
Yeah.
And it was just disgusting. I hated the way I felt.
Well, you got it out of your system at least.
Yeah.
You're still not like, I wonder what it's like to have a room service.
I'll take, could I get it in about an hour? Yep. Thank you.
That's what we like to see.
Man, I would love, like, I was thinking about how, like, would be a pretty nice place to, like, just live, Like, you got your bed, you got the housekeeping, you got your desk.
In a hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how Zach and Cody did it.
Good one.
For free.
That's a good. Have you looked into what they're up to now?
Yeah, they paved their own way. They live a semi. Well, Cole famous, right? Isn't like Cole Sprouse, like, he's, like, still, like, doing, like, movies and stuff like that. But then the other guy, he kind of, like.
Oh, I thought they both were just doing whatever. They want to be more normal.
Cole liked the spotlight. He's still doing movies and stuff.
Gotcha.
But the other brother, he more low key. Like, but they had a job. Like, they're cool. I watched this video from this guy Patrick CC, and he tells like stories. And he did like a Sweet Life Zach and Cody story.
That's the one I just saw. Yeah.
Yeah. Patrick is sick. He makes great videos, and he found his own little niche. It's weird though. He took like a strong right turn, and then it blew up. And I love that. I love that because people get so boxed into what they're creating and they're scared to try new shit. Yep. But that new could be the thing that gets it going.
Do you watch Sunny V2?
Yes.
Oh, dude, I think he's my favorite, like, of those, like, storytelling videos.
Yeah.
He's, like, my favorite. Like, it's, like, Netflix quality documentaries.
Yeah, I like Jake Tran.
Jake Tran's really good, too.
I got to shout out to my boy Jake. Jake's videos are insane. And they're so consistent. Bro's making, like, 3 a week.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
The most consistent person I've ever seen on YouTube is Moist Critical.
Charlie. Yeah.
Man, that guy, every day, he's posting, like, at least 4 videos a day.
Yeah.
And have you ever looked at, like, how much, like, his net worth is?
Charlie's loaded. Charlie's one of the biggest YouTubers, bro. And I like how he stays true to himself.
Yes.
He's a great guy. I am a big fan of Charlie. Watched all the Dark Souls, Elden Ring videos. Love Charlie, yeah.
He's really proven it's just, like, you really don't need, like, a ton of editing or a ton. You just need, like, if you just have that personality, people will just follow you.
The world is so small. I actually used to be, like, friends with the girl that he is dating now when I was young.
What's her name?
Her name starts with a T. It is...
Tila Tequila.
No, what is her name? It starts with a T. Can't remember her name, dog.
Tatiana.
No.
Taylor.
Y'all quote me on that one. It is true.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Because he's from Tampa, right?
Yeah, but I'm not from Tampa.
I mean, just the whole Florida.
But
like,
yeah, he stays in Tampa.
Yeah.
Shout out to Charlie, though.
So she grew up in Fort Worth?
Fort Worth.
Or Fort Myers?
Nah, it was like we met. We're not getting into this one, bro.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
We're not getting into that one, yeah. No, like it was like a mutual friend. She came into town for like a couple days.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then randomly, I'm watching this YouTube video from this guy that I love, and I seen her in the video. I was like,
oh, okay,
no
I see.
way.
No, when I found his channel, I didn't find him until like a couple of months ago, and I was just like, I couldn't stop watching. I'm like, I cannot believe how many views this guy is getting every single video, and all he's doing is just like, you can like, because I'd look back and I'd be like, this is the same like style video he was making 6 years ago, camera set up like 720p quality, with just like a USB mic and him just talking. I must say
though, that's kind of like inspiring, because that literally means that people are only watching you because they fuck with you, like they like you, like they like you and your personality, and they'll watch you do anything. I think that is sort of like the goal as a content creator, is to sort of build an audience like that, because then you can fully express yourself to create whatever you want, and you also get to do that with a crew. So Charlie does it in an awesome way. He's just sitting there watching the videos.
That's why it's like so incredibly important to stay authentic.
I'm trying to get him to watch one of my videos.
Maybe he has.
No, like on the stream.
This
is like a new method I'm trying to come up with to get more views on YouTube. Is like you donate to the streamer and you tell them, hey, check out the new video. I just thought of this recently. I'm about to start trying it because I think it's like a good way to boost a video.
That's a unbelievable like tactic. I never would have thought about that.
And bro, you probably don't even have to donate that much money, like, because it.
I saw you donated to Ryan Trihan.
Oh yeah, that one was genuine. Too. That one was genuine because I actually like Ryan. I got to meet Ryan before too, and bro, he showed mad love. And he actually, the first time we ever met, he asked me to do a collaboration with him, and he was super serious about it. He ended up going a different direction with the video, but like the first day I met this kid, he was really cool the whole time. Like, I like Ryan a lot, bro.
Where do you meet these people at?
I met them all at the Vid Summit event.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But then it's deeper than that. Like, I'm always trying to like reach out to people. Like, I'll be in DMs. Like, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'd say he's one of my favorite creators right now. What he's doing with the, I think he's reshaping YouTube with what he's doing right now.
Yeah, the challenge,
and the fact it's live and it's daily.
It's incredible. I watch every day.
It's incredible. Like, that's exactly what I'd want to do with like the 50 state challenge.
Yeah. Like, the donation strategy is really good because you can now get these people on your greater mission.
Exactly.
And I don't even think it was a strategy for Ryan, just based off how Ryan is. I think it's something he genuinely just wanted to do. And it shows. And that's why the people support it. If you can do it and it's fake, people can tell.
Yeah. Especially if it's like for selfish reasons.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I think in 2014 to like 2018, people were really into like the flex culture, and then that kind of became like people became very like cynical and envious of that, and now it's more about like we see with Mr. Beast, who set the kind of like the trend of giving out and helping out. Like the real flex is helping people now, and we see that with Steve will do it too.
Yes.
Like I watch those videos way more. Like
I love Steve.
I could never watch a video of someone like, here I am buying my Lamborghini Aventador, like maybe like 4 years ago, but I'm just not into that. I'd rather see like someone buy a Lamborghini Aventador for like a homeless grandma. Man. Yeah, or something like that. Like just the entertainment.
No, for real. I mean, that's sort of where things are at now. But ultimately, the people that are doing it just for the views will not win. It's like they're winning because they're helping people. But what I'm saying is that it's not the same as like some people just genuinely want to do it. But overall, it's a win. Overall, it's a positive. If you're giving back in any way, shape, or form, no matter what the intentions are, I say it's still kind of a win.
Because like even it goes beyond just like helping out this person in the video. Like, because I remember when Steve will do it started doing that. Yeah, I started doing that like off camera. You know, I started like helping people like off because like I want to do what he's doing. You know,
it's inspirational, bro.
When before, if I saw him like buy Lamborghinis for himself, it's like I'd want to buy a Lamborghini for myself. So it's kind of like that. Not necessarily monkey see, monkey do, but I think the best thing you could possibly do while you're still alive is help as many people as possible. Like have the most positive impact on as many people as possible.
I think that's sort of a good goal to have. Yeah. I think you can get caught up in that a little too much though. Ultimately, it's like enjoying your experience and helping your closest people. And of course you want to help the greater society, but like sometimes I can get too caught up in that, at least personally. It's like it can be stressful. It's like a big role to sort of take on, to say like, hey, I'm going to be the guy that inspires people to like do and work hard and live a good life. It's like, sometimes it's a role that is like a big one. But I love it, you know.
Well, and to do it like smartly, because I don't know if you know about like, because I don't know if you can tell, I watch a lot of Steve while doing like.
Oh yeah, I'm a big Steve fan. I met Steve a couple times this year, and I'm gonna do a video with Steve. I don't know when, but I'm gonna do a video with Steve. I met this guy 4 times this year, and every time I see him, like, it seems like it might not work right now, but I just go talk to him and I say what's up, and now he knows who I am. Now he knows my YouTube channel. And every time I'm just kind of like, yo, Steve, you check out the new video, bro. If you like it, let me know. Maybe he watch it. Maybe he don't. Doesn't matter. It's like you're going to keep seeing me. And then one day we're going to do some work together and become friends. Like, I think I've been able to actually meet so many amazing people in my life by sort of like, this is such a wrong word, but kind of like, I was going to say force, but like working my way into that. Like, bro, some of the people I know are like really powerful, and like I know people that can give me access to many places that I would not have met if I wouldn't have went for it. You know, like in LA, you know, I've snuck into some parties that I shouldn't have been at, and like I've talked to doormen to try to get me into places, like, and these things have benefited my life in certain ways. Do I condone them? Kind of, as long as you don't do anything too illegal.
Right.
But yeah, what I'm trying to say is that like you can't like wait for like somebody's manager to reach out to you to do a video, or like you can't like wait to like network with Mark Cuban randomly on the street of New York. Like, you gotta figure out if he's gonna go to the game, and you know what I mean. Like, you gotta have a strategy, bro. It's like
it goes back to what we were talking about at the beginning. Like, people will play the scenario in their head and not even attempt it because the scenario in their head leads to failure, but they don't even know that they're gonna fail until you try. You know, 80% of it's thought and like 20% of it's like the doing. When really it should be 80% doing, 20% thought.
Yeah, facts. You want to check that? Or you think
it should be fine. Like, usually what I do is I give it like 10 minutes. Yeah, we're all good.
Okay, perfect. My bad. I just didn't want to throw off your thing. I was just like,
no,
sure.
Like that's the thing. It's like if I had like it all set up in an actual studio, I don't have to check shit. But like out here, ever since that Human interview, I'm like, damn. Because I tried to cheap out on the camera. I got like an A7R Mark II, so I didn't know it had the 30-minute record limit.
Yeah.
So and then with Umar's, you know,
solid
focusing,
now. Good.
But we're completely solid.
For sure. But yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's, you said the thing about like just when you focus too much on helping people, it can be a little stressful. And that's why with Steve's strategy, he has his condos paid in full. He has his parents' house paid in full. He has his cars paid in full. And now he says every dollar he makes, he spends 100% of it.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. And that's why it's so big. That's why it's so grand. Yeah. That's why he becomes a superstar, because he's pushing the barrier of content, you know? Mr. Beast does the same thing. Mr. Beast could have been quoted as saying something almost identical to what I just heard you say. Every dollar we make, we put it back into the video. It's like, this man built a freaking Willy Wonka chocolate factory. This man built a Squid Game set. You think that was $50,000?
Yeah, no.
You think that was $200,000? No.
3 million.
This is like real shit, bro. Like, so that's really what it takes. Am I at that level with it? Not necessarily, but we spend money on the video, bro. Like, I'm traveling. Like, you know, we did a big animation in the last video, which
I saw that. That was cool.
Dude,
how did you even set that up?
Well, okay, so one of my good friends, like from childhood, he went down the path of becoming an animator.
Amazing.
He built his own YouTube channel, doing animations for himself. And then that wasn't really popping off that much. So he decided to like, how can I sell this? So he does like animation now for TV and different YouTube channels.
That's amazing.
But like the reason why I needed that is because I filmed inside the New York Stock Exchange, and they basically would not let me use the footage.
And how did you, like, because you were able to film there fine, right?
100%. The guy that brought us in there was like giving us a full tour, letting us film everything. And I have a guy with a camera, bro, like not a little, like a camera, you know, and it's on him the whole time. But then when it was all said and done, he said the way that the video was presented, it goes against the stock exchange brand, and it cannot be posted.
But how, and who said that?
I can't tell you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But so it was like someone, you just got the call and they said you can't do that.
Yeah.
Interesting. So are you able, like, if you were to have posted the footage, like, what would have happened, you think?
I was threatened.
Oh, you're threatened. Okay.
And I'll leave it there.
Okay.
For real threatened.
Yeah.
Like,
damn. The finance people do not play, do they?
No,
They do not like to mess around.
no, they don't.
Wow.
They don't. But it's not about that, bro. I just felt like it was a little disrespectful overall. But we got it done. And it ended up being one of the best videos like that we have ever created.
Yeah.
And what taught me something important. Normally, put about a week's worth of effort into a video, a couple days worth of effort into a video. When it was all said and done, I had put like 2.5 weeks worth of effort into that video. And it ended up being the biggest one. So it made me realize that sometimes it can be more important to actually like take as much time as you can to make something great instead of trying to rush and get something out.
What do you mean it's the biggest one?
You know how like YouTube be ranking the views, right? 1 through 10. This one is like quadruple 1 out of 10, meaning like on a ranking system, there's like your last 10 videos and how many views that they have. And the best one is ranked at the top with the most views. Is this confusing?
No, I know exactly. I was just confused because I thought your crypto video was the biggest one that you've made so far.
Bro, it's triple.
Well, how many views does the Wall Street one have?
Like 800,000, like 13 days.
Oh, okay. So in terms of like daily growth
and everything, bro, like you got to understand, like a big video is about the velocity.
Right. Yeah.
How fast it gets content. But for me, it's actually not what we focus on. You'd be surprised. And we have real conversation about this all the time, me and my videographer. The goal is not to actually make a video. Like we want the video to be hot right when we post it, but the goal is to make something that you could actually watch next year.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like 9 months from now. And it's 2 years from now. And it's still relevant.
Mm-hmm.
You watch Casey Neistat Bike Lanes. That's a 10-year-old video that is still relevant today.
That's why he calls them movies.
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes I do too.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's whatever, but like that's how I see them, bro. Like we really put that work in for the videos or movies or productions or whatever, you know.
Have you seen that video about I think it's called Why Billionaires Love Mr. Beast? So they basically talk about how like in Silicon Valley, the people most successful like Elon Musk or Navar, all these people, or Mark Zuckerberg, they aggressively reinvest into their own business.
Yeah.
So why they love Mr. Beast is because he aggressively reinvests into his own videos, aka his own business.
Yeah.
And so it sounds like that's what you're doing right now with both money and time.
It's more so time, but maybe I have the luxury of having more money coming in from other places. But when you talk about the actual YouTube budget, I don't know. I don't invest it all back.
Right.
In one way or another, I guess, kind of, because I invest some into the markets and stuff like that. But I'm pretty much about like 50%, I would say, though.
Mm-hmm.
Say about half of it.
Yeah.
But even then, I sort of have the luxury of my videos not always costing that much. Like they're sort of simple in nature. And the biggest blessing too is that a lot of times I'm filming them with my friends that are well off financially, and like they take care of me without me asking anything. Like we did one in New York 2 weeks ago with Ethan Duran. He owns Exotic Car, Corsa Auto Rentals, excuse me, and he gave us cars every day, whatever car you wanted.
Amazing.
He let us stay at his place. He took us to the best restaurants. He introduced me to some crazy people in New York, like some crazy people. When I went to London, Iman Gadji flew me out to London for free. He paid for first class British Airways, paid for the Airbnb. Like, so it's cool that people now respect what we're creating to the point where they're like, let's do something. Like, it's not like I'm pulling up like, hey, let's work. It's like, let's make something together. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is they take care of a lot of stuff sometimes. But I pay for flights, I pay for Airbnbs, I pay for Ubers everywhere, I pay for food. We eat good all the time. Like, so that part adds up. And, you know, yeah.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
I bought a suit. I
saw that. Yeah.
I bought it. I paid the animators thousands of dollars. They, you know, when I asked them, hey, how long will it take to get this done? He's like 2 to 3 weeks. And I was like, okay, like, how about 2 days? He's like, bro, what? Like, it's not. He's like, it's not possible. Like, you can't do it in 2 days. Like, I'm like, okay. And then I kept offering more money, and he's like, okay. I paid around $5,000 for it.
Wow.
And it got done in 2 days.
And how long was the animation part?
A minute and a little outro clip.
5K a minute. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Not too bad, I don't think.
No, especially for animation.
And it was solid.
Big
too.
Budgets.
I love the animation. We're gonna bring it back again.
Yeah, you might. I mean,
not this week or next week, but eventually.
Yeah, I think it's a very unique style because I don't know another YouTuber who really does like part animation on his videos.
I do. Swoozy, you ever watch Swoozy?
Swoozy too?
No, you thinking Foozy too?
I'm thinking Swoozy too.
I met that guy one time. He was not cool. He was really mean to me. But I think he's cool though, like in general on YouTube. But like that's like a don't meet your idols type thing. He was a dickhead, bro. He's so mean to me.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Vitali.
He's so rude, bro. I was sad because I watched so much of his videos, bro. But ultimately, I still cheer him on. He just posted a video recently where he announced that he's been sober for a year. He went to rehab. He's in crazy shape. Like, he's fucking jacked. So I love to see stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think at the time that I met him, he was like off the deep end, bro. Like, drugs, alcohol, whatever. He just wasn't happy.
Yeah, I wonder what drugs he was on. He was probably on a plethora.
Yeah, he said he was vaping all day. He was taking Adderall. He was smoking weed at night, every night.
Yeah.
Bad cycle.
Yeah, especially like when the money's so automated. Like, because all of his videos are still making money,
Well, no, he kind of went broke, too.
He kind of went broke?
Yeah. Foozy tubes don't have a crazy CPM, bro.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and that's the benefit of the videos you make. They're definitely high CPMs.
Yeah, we have a good CPM for sure. The AdSense is growing, and I think it's good, but I don't really spend that money. Like, I think sometimes I will on food and stuff like that, but like that is in its own bank account and it's sort of growing. So it's good to see. I mean, we invested into the videos and the budget, and I just hired my guy full time to start working with me. So, yeah.
That's the big.
I would like to spend more on the videos. Like, we can go for bigger ideas and stuff, but the best ideas that I'm coming up with right now, they don't require me to spend. And I don't want to right now spend 100 G's on a video. Like, that's not really what I'm...
And what's your process of like thinking the ideas? Is it just throughout the day you write them down, or do you like take an hour a day to think?
Well, I always try to have a pipeline of like 2 to 3 ideas at least. And I probably sound like dumb explaining it because I'm sure there's some guys that are like so like organized. I got like 10 ideas, but hey, it works for me. So I probably have like 2 or 3 ideas ahead. And then when I run out, that's where I have to sort of sit and do research. Like, of course, some ideas just come to me. Some people just DM me and say, hey, let's do something. And there's a video there. Like, E-Man DM'd me. Ethan Duran DM'd me. Jaime Ibanez. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, that's cool because that opens ideas. But for the solo videos, I like to write, bro. So I'll sit there. I'll go on YouTube. I'll look up certain words, certain things, see what's going viral right now, look at certain creators. And then I'm like, okay, what could I make from all this information? And I just start writing down general ideas. And then I try to decide on one of them. It's very unorganized though, bro. And actually, you want me to be even more real with you? The NFT video idea, I mean, like, it's there, but like we built it as we're like filming the video.
Yeah.
Like, it was sort of like I had the rough concept in my mind, but like we get out there and we like do the video for real. With the interview style videos, I spend a lot more time planning them.
So this wasn't more of like an interview style video?
No, like solo interview. I mean, like main, like one main, like, yeah. These kind of are too, I guess. I don't know. Call them whatever you want. Yeah.
Which events did you go to for the video?
Just both Pudgy Penguin events and NFT NYC.
And NFT NYC, isn't that a conglomerate of like a bunch of different events, or is it like one big one? Because I didn't go to that.
It's like one big one. It's super like, I don't know. I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
Sorry, NFT NYC.
Why?
I didn't like it.
Odd vibes.
There's 9 floors. So you had to like, on every floor, it's just like a bunch of like, you remember like the science fair?
Yeah.
Like,
Shout
imagine
out to the
like
science fair.
Shout out to science fair. I never won the science fair. One time I turned a potato into an electric conductor.
Damn.
And I lost. But
I feel like I've seen that experiment too many times.
I know, but I thought I was on to something. But that's besides the point. That's sort of what it felt like, bro. Every project trying to give you business cards and like, hi, we're the Web3 DAO metaverse gaming.
Yeah, we're
crypto
changing Web3.
On chain on Web3 .eth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Utility.
And the best part, though, was getting to meet some of the subscribers that were there, because I got to meet some awesome people and some of my friends that I got to run into there as well. But overall, the event was super unorganized. I saw a dog biting another dog in the face.
Did it have a mohawk?
No, not
It wasn't that one?
No, dude, there was a band like Wolf of Wall Street walking through the whole event, and there was no other music. So imagine just like an ominous in the background. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh, they're like a marching band,
bro. The whole event just going, and they were not like
They weren't even invited.
they weren't that good, bro. Like, and I love band. I used to be in band for many years. Like, they weren't even feeling it. You know, it was weird, bro. We made some good content there, that's for sure. There was some characters there, bro. People walking around in full ape outfit, like, yeah.
The NFT space has the biggest characters for sure.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Because a lot of it is like artists, and that's what I like about the NFT space. Honestly, the best part is like artists are finally getting paid like really well. When the starving artists, like, you know, that starving artist like thing overall is kind of like now transforming into like, whoa, they just made like $3 million on one project.
It's real, man. It's cool to see. And overall, I like the idea of NFTs. Some of them, you know, not to spoil the ending of the video, but the whole like question of the video, the whole thesis of the video is like, are NFTs dead? That's sort of like what we're trying to answer throughout the day. So we talk to different people, sort of going up the ranks of people to figure it out. And at the end of the video, it's like, no, they're not. But be careful.
Yeah.
Because like there are some that are very bad.
Yeah.
That don't care at all about the future and just want to make some money.
Yeah.
And those seem to be the ones that suck the beginners in the most.
It's eerily reminiscent of the .com bubble.
Yeah, which is not a bad thing at all. It means there's a lot of opportunities in this landscape. When you talk to the people with real money, they see opportunity here, you know, so you got to find those opportunities.
Yeah. Destruction through creation, or creation through destruction.
Yeah. You think America's going into a 10-year recession?
I think it's going to get worse. Yeah, way worse, I think.
I think so too, but like how long you think it's going to last?
It's hard to say because the difference here now is like the massive amount of retail like investors. Because did you ever see that article where it said that in 7 months in 2020, more money was put into the market in like the past 10 years?
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of margin was used. So I think that's going to be a circuit breaker as things go down. And, you know, housing could crack if housing goes. So many things goes. I'm no expert, but Umar, I would say, is really expert in this. Yeah. And he is fully confident we got a long way down to go.
So what's somebody like Umar doing? Is he like a DCA all the way down? Is he stacking cash? Like,
so he's not taking any positions yet right now.
Because it's going to go lower, right?
So, yeah,
so nobody can predict it, but it seems obvious. Like.
But so what he's doing is very unique. First of all, shout out Umar, because I forgot to tell him this. I sold out of all my altcoins. I still have like my big, the Bitcoin, Ethereum, like when I bought in 2020.
Yeah.
But all the altcoins, I literally sold because I saw him tweet when Bitcoin was at like 33,000. He's like, I could see Bitcoin going under 20. And I'm like, you know what? I don't need this in my life. So I sold it. So I avoided a lot of losses. But I was asking him because he's down on a lot of his positions, like skills. He took a pretty big position and went down 92%. And I'm like, are you selling any of that? And he goes, I'm not selling it until we get this next bull run. And then he's like, when I take profit, because he's like, I'm confident skills is never going back to where it was. But he goes like, when I start to take positions and then I take profits on those positions, that's when I'll sell skills so I can make that year a loss on paper. So he doesn't have to pay as much taxes.
So that makes sense. He's sort of like trying to swerve the taxes.
Yeah. But in terms of, I'm not sure if we talked to, I don't think he's DCAing yet. Like he's just like waiting.
Yeah, it seems sort of risky. For me, I'm just trying to keep acquiring cash.
Mm-hmm. Well, I saw your video. You spent $100,000 the other day.
Yeah, that was sort of like an experiment. You know, like I have capital. We're not going to get into like how much capital I have. I don't think it's anybody's business. Like, but I have capital. So like for me, I have not been super aggressively investing throughout these last couple of years. I mean, I would say I first cracked past like a 6-figure portfolio towards the end of last year.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I sort of saw it as like, hey, this is an opportunity to sort of potentially aggressively, make a position. And for me, it seemed like an interesting video idea as well. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. The creative side of me maybe pulled me a little heavier in that direction. Because like, yes, investing 10,000 is an interesting video, but like, I think the 100 was a better. And, you know, people on my head in the comments, boy, oh, you down.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't. It's not, I don't lose sleep about it that much. You know what I mean? Like, that's sort of money where I was like, okay, it's okay. I'm going to put it to the side. And we'll check on it in a couple years. But ultimately, it was a fun video. Yeah,
makes sense. I remember, but hasn't made that video about shorting the real estate market.
yeah, that was hella smart.
Yeah, did you take that position at all?
No.
Oh, I did. It's really good. He's smart as hell for that.
Yeah.
I think he's up probably up 200%. I'm up like 150, but I don't know that, like, even Umar was saying, he's like, with trading, he's like, there's like not much substance in trading.
You was all in on trading. You were like the trading guy for a while.
I was, and that's like a whole separate story. But like eventually, what I realized is like, I thought of myself, okay, in 10 years, say I become an insanely good trader and I trade every day, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. If I make $10 million a year for the next 10 years, at the end of it, I'm going to be a very rich, miserable guy with a lot of regrets.
Yeah.
Because like making YouTube videos, again, like you would make YouTube videos whether you made money from it or not, obviously, because you're making YouTube videos when you weren't making money from it.
Yeah.
And so like, I had to really think, it's like, would I trade if I made no money? Fucking no one would. So it's like, it's a way to make money without, first of all, contributing anything to society, but also with no substance. It's like, yeah, you made this money by looking at this bar go up. Now what? So like, I'm starting to realize we have a finite of time on this earth in this dimension that we're in.
Yeah.
So rather than what I want to spend my money on, it's like more important, what do I want to spend my time on? Because when I go to die, I want to make sure that I'm like not full of regrets.
Right. You satisfied with what you went for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it too. There are some other things that potentially I could be doing that I could be making some more money on, considering my resources and considering my skill set. But I'm learning how to best optimize my life to where I can maximize my fulfillment and income.
Yeah.
You're not going to be fulfilled every single moment of every single day. That's just what it is. You have to accept the troughs and the highs and the whole process. But as much as possible, I want to go for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Above all else, above even money, even happiness.
But at the start, you might got to sacrifice like heavy that. Like you might not have
to.
But like I did.
Yeah. Because you got to have like some sort of financial grounding in order for you to make that next step.
Bro, I was eating the leftover Chipotle bowl like 2 days in a row.
Oh.
You know?
I was going to Little Caesars.
Little Caesars is OP, bro.
Well, there's a little trick. If you go to Little Caesars 5 minutes before closing and say, do you have any pizza you're going to throw away? They'll give you everything.
And they probably got hella stale
the biggest
pineapples.
No, I mean, no, like they make the pizza that day, so it's not even that stale.
Oh, bet.
But like, I remember my biggest score on that, I think I got one time, I think it was 7 pizzas, 13 crazy breads, and 6 things of wings, all for free.
For free?
Yeah.
The crazy bread used to be good. I used to go to Little Caesars all the time.
Yeah. Now it's like, it's not $5 pizza, it's like $6.50. Did you see that?
Crazy. But hey, there's still the 99-cent pizza here on the street in New York.
What?
Yeah.
Where?
There's still dollar pizza spots everywhere in New York. There's like $1,000 pizza places in New York City.
Where do $1,000 for a pizza?
Yes. It has gold on it. They really sell shit like that. It's crazy.
They do.
Oh, I'm eating golden steak, man. You eating like metal, bro. Like,
yeah, it's the most like tasteless thing where it's like, here's a $300 steak. Now it's $1,000 because I put gold on it.
It is corny.
Yeah.
Super corny.
Well, I think we should wrap this up. If you had to guess, how long do you think we've been going for? Just curious.
Hour 38 minutes and 41 seconds.
Might be right on it.
Oh, no, just like
Hour 41 though.
I'm cheating, yo. I got to. I've been checking the clock.
I know. I meant to like do not disturb because it like brightens it up. I forgot to do that.
Yeah, hour 41 is pretty good. I feel like the people, if we lost their attention span, that's on them. They missed some good stuff. So, hey, thank you again for having me, bro. You're a good dude. I'm a big fan of the podcast. And yeah, shout out one more time to the people that you had on the podcast too, because if I didn't know them, I wouldn't know you. So shout out to Sebas Bedoya, shout out Fez, shout out Luca Nets, the whole gang.
That's not true because we've talked before I even did the podcast.
Yeah, but bro, we never linked up. The only reason why we ended up linking up was because of the boys.
That's true.
And both times that we've hung out, we've been surrounded by our friends.
That's true.
Except for this time. So yeah, thank you, bro, for having me on. And y'all go check out the new video. Whatever it is. You might be watching this 2 years from now.
Yeah. Do you have the title for it?
Kind of, but like it might be different. So like
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, bro.
No problem.